Hi, welcome to Bitcoin Wyckoff Weekly. So let's quickly take a look at the weekly chart of Bitcoin and also the daily chart to see what signals we are getting. Before getting into the details, as usual, these sessions are not financial advice, they're for education and research purpose only. And obviously your comments and discussions are very welcome in the comment section below. So let's start. So over the past few sessions we've talked about potential last point of supply, but given what happened in especially over the last week or two, these doesn't seem to be last point of supply as of this moment. So what I would do is I'll take out these two, but instead I'll bring in this second test across. Reason being, I think last sessions, like around 2 weeks ago, I did mention for Bitcoin especially, is it going to have an upthrust of the distribution? However, as we see in the chart right over here, let me use a pen to draw this point that I'm talking about. As soon as the price hit this green line at the top, this green line is basically a resistance line that's drawn from the upthrust earlier. So let's focus on the blue tags at the moment. The yellow tags, I haven't mentioned it for a couple of sessions, but like a month or two back I was saying, by looking at the chart, it seems like there are two things that's possible. So the yellow tags are for a different scenario, but let's leave it for now. Let's focus on what's happening in front of us. So if I change it to the line chart, you see there's like a lower low, but some people will say it's like a double bottom, that's why it's shooting up. From Wyckoff perspective, I would say this is another test. So remember, there are always multiple tests before a cycle is over. The number of tests isn't consistent. So sometimes when the market supports such narrative, there can be more tests like this one. The price can shoot up multiple times. So this time around, it's trade war or tariff, whatever you name it. When there was bad news, shocked the entire market, the price came down, and then when there are like good news, I don't know whether that should be good news, it's like lifting the 100 or 1000% of tariff to back to 10%. If the market consider that good news, even though it's already worse than before, this is how it can happen. So many sessions ago I mentioned that the price of Bitcoin can fluctuate a lot between these two green lines, and it did prove what's happened by what's happened. So as of this moment, if there are no particularly good or bad news, it seems like this range is still going to bind the price actions of Bitcoin. So what are the good news or what are the bad news? So given tariffs are or seems to be something for the past already, at least for now. Other stuff could be wars, so like physical or remote wars in Europe or India or wherever it happens. So that would probably be another black swan or another trigger event for crazy price actions. However, by seeing or looking at this chart, if the price has to go below this second green line over here, that's extended from the tip or the wick of the buying climax, the blue tag over here, it's going to be some very bad economic situation where there's no currency depreciation. So if you understand what I mean, whenever like multiple especially huge economies, are printing money, Bitcoin has a potential, or Bitcoin price has a potential to shoot up. So that's what I'm talking about, depreciation of currency. So that's a scenario where that's going to be tricky, because if any major economy it's getting worse, and the way they're going to deal with the economic difficulty is not by printing money, then there is a high chance that Bitcoin price is going to suffer. But if, like I said just now, if anybody is going to print a lot of money, Bitcoin price is going to at least stay within this range, if not go higher. So it depends on how much those countries print. Yeah. So let's go into the daily chart. So remember these pink boxes, the short-term playground zone. So right after Bitcoin price broke out of this corner, or like I posted it a few weeks back, if you check my community post, I said Bitcoin price is being cornered, and it broke out on April 17th, exactly a month ago, and then it shot up and went back to the short-term playground zone, the upper short-term playground zone. And now, after the surge on May 8th, the price has been lingering around the top, similar to what happened in January, mid to end January. So at that time, after it touched the top of the playground zone, let's try this. It took 14 days, so 2 weeks, before the price returned to the how should I say this, like the midpoint, or returns to within the box or the zone. Right now it's only 9 days, so this week or end of this week will tell us whether the same story is going to happen again, given there are no particularly crazy news happening, and people has to trade to make money. It's not going to be a surprise the price come down and then touch the bottom of the box and then come back up. It's totally possible, or even like before, going down back to this range. So from a micro perspective in the daily chart, these are the possibilities. If you look at the volumes, there's no particular indication. If I switch on one thing that I also check sometimes, this is the Keltner squeeze. So basically it's Bollinger Band plus additional metrics to tell us whether there is a squeeze. So this one right here, there was a squeeze, and then that's when the price got shot up. But right now there's no squeeze at all. If we compare to here, so after 2 weeks of price consolidation at the top of the box, you see this squeeze over here. That means the blue lines are wrapping the purple lines. So the price dropped right at that point, and then the second squeeze over here, the price dropped again. Right now there's no such thing happening yet. Like I said, let's wait for the end of the week, where the band would probably be narrowed, and that's when there's possibility where the blue meets the purple. So I think that's pretty much it for Bitcoin. It's middle of the month. There's not much to look at the moment from the monthly chart perspective, except that it's like, as of this moment, if it closes here, it's going to close higher than January and February. So that's the only thing as of this moment, but we're only in the middle of the month, so we will look at it 2 weeks from now and see how May it's going to close. So I'll move